What is up, everybody, and welcome to another exclusive interview. I am here today with one half of First Class, one of my arguably favorite young guys around today, Casey Navarro. How are you doing today,
Yes,
Casey?
sir. I'm blessed, man. Come on. We talking Slammiversary. We're talking all the big stuff with TNA. First class blessing here. We're great, man. We're blessed.
100%. And, I did want to jump right into Slammiversary, the announcement it's going to be at UBS Arena, my neck of the woods, New York Islanders' home arena. What is it like going there and competing in front of one of the largest crowds TNA
Dude,
has had?
it's unreal, man. Like I remember when I wrestled the Hardys at that time, it was one of the biggest crowds we had in the US, which was unbelievable. And that place was rocking. San Antonio was rocking. So I can only imagine what it's gonna be like. I actually did a media appearance for the Islanders game, and I was in the UBS arena for the first time, and I'm like, man, this place is gonna be insane for TNA. I'm actually going back tomorrow. I'm pretty pumped up. I think it's going to be amazing, man. I think it's so good for TNA to be in an arena that, so many big companies also run in, and now we are there too. And I'm very blessed to be a part of it. I think it's going to be great. And I think it's going to be one that people are going to remember for a very long time.
And I did want to start a little bit from the beginning for you in TNA. What was it like when you first signed and debuted for the company and kind of made it your home?
Oh man, well TNA is a place I wanted to be at for so many years. I started being in front of TNA in about 2019, 2018, 2019. I was about 18, 19 years old. And I just knew right in that moment, this is where I want to be. I love the locker room then. I love it even more now. And I just kept grinding, man. I kept grinding. I always had it in my focus. I'm gonna end up in TNA at some point. 2024, I was blessed with that opportunity out of nowhere. I got put up against Laredo Kid for the digital media title in the countdown of Under Siege. And from there, I just kept trying to show face, kept trying to do what I got to do. And then, I showed up in Tampa. I was the first unsigned guy to wrestle an NXT talent and TNA talent on television. Wrestled Eric Young. Next thing you know, I'm getting called to be at Emergence. I'm tagging with AJ Francis. I'm in first class. I'm fighting for the tag team titles. And right after that, I got offered my deal, and I was so blessed for that. And it was crazy that I get offered my deal, and then right after, like, hey, you got to go downstairs and cut a promo on the Hardys because that's your next match. I was like, wow, throw me in the deep end, why don't you? And I've just been blessed. Everything that I've wanted to happen in TNA, I set goals once I knew I got that offer, and the Hardys were at the top of that list. I got that. Didn't think it would be my third match, but I got it. Wrestling Joe Hendry was on that list. Did it. Wrestling Nick Nemeth, arguably one of my heroes and inspirations, my biggest one. Got to wrestle him multiple times. And Mike Santana, another guy. And I'm just blessed for the position I'm in. Did I expect everything to happen so fast and me accomplish all my goals in 4 months? Absolutely not. But now I got bigger goals, and that's to go for a TNA world title. I mean, everybody saw me close out Final Resolution, holding Nick's title really quick. The X Division title, tag team title. So me and AJ got big goals, man. I have big goals for myself, and I'm just ready to take over TNA. And I think I'm going to conquer 2025 with TNA for sure.
100%. And I did want to ask a little bit about First Class. What has it been like for you working with AJ Francis, a guy who is finally getting his recognition, I would say, because, we know what happened to him back in the day, but the thing is, he has been on one of the best, he's been one of the best big guys around today, and he's been on one of the best runs of his life. And it's been amazing to see. So what has it been like for you teaming with him, and aligning with him in First Class?
Man, working alongside him, I got the best seat in the house. I'm literally his tag team partner, so I get to see all of his ideas, all the progression, right? When I came in at when I did emergence with him and we fought for tag team titles, to think how fast, you know, we did our thing. Everybody finally got to see what he was about. I mean, even before I came in, what he did at Slammiversary last year, like arguably probably the best match of the night. He's just been proving why he deserves to be in the spot that he's in. He's been proving why he deserves to be TNA World Champion, have those main event matches like he did with Nick Nemeth at Final Resolution. And to be side by side with him, it's been a learning experience for me. And I'm just so grateful to be there alongside him, and I can't wait to see the big things that either he does on his own or we do together, man. It's gonna be a good year for First Class. I'm telling you that.
For sure. And you guys got to work together with two with multiple great tag teams, two of which I'll ask about right now. But ABC and the Hardys, they're two of the
Yeah.
biggest that TNA has to offer. Besides you guys, obviously. But what was it what was it like working with the legends like the Hardy Boys as well as Ace Austin and Chris Bay and two or four incredibly talented guys.
Well, to start with ABC, me and Ace Austin kind of came up together. So that was very cool that, my first literal night with the company is wrestling one of my guys that I came up with and Chris Bay as well. Both those guys are like my best friends. And to be able to be put in that position, I mean, what a way to start for me, right? It's not like I'm going in uncomfortable against guys I don't know and I'm going to be nervous. Like they were able to calm me down and remind me, like, bro, you're Casey Navarro, man. Like you're a guy that belongs here with us. There's no reason why you're not with us. And within 2 nights, those guys showcased me. They helped me, and I got offered my deal. And then the next step, third match was against the Hardy Bulls. A dream, right? Like that's something that, when I got brought in, I knew I was joining first class. I'm like joking with my friends, oh man, I'm gonna wrestle the Hardys. I didn't really think it would happen so soon. I mean, it was literally my third night with the company. And to work with them and them being another team, so giving. And they want to do stuff. Everybody's like, oh, the Hardys, they're past their time. Screw that, man. They are going. I mean, Jeff Hardy is moving. I mean, they're coming up with new stuff as we speak right now. Like when I was wrestling them, that plot twist, I was the first guy to take that. It's an honor. I appreciate that. But like for them to trust me with that, like, hey, we're gonna hit this new move tonight. We're gonna do it on you. It's like, wow. I remember Jeff looking at me like, you think you can do that? And I'm like, I think I'm more than capable, man. Like I'm gonna make that thing look so good that you guys are gonna want to keep doing it. And hey, man, I blessed them in that moment because now look at them. They're hitting it on everybody, even NXT guys. So it's been really cool, man. It's been a hell of an experience. I'm just so grateful.
For sure. And I did want to ask, it's very exciting time for TNA, whether it be the partnership with WWE, NXT, or just, the incredibly talented roster they have now. What is it like for you just to be a part of TNA in this very moment with all the great stuff going on?
I think that this was the time I was meant to be here. Those 5 years of me chasing to be in TNA, like it just didn't happen. I just thought it was so coincidental that when I came in, the stars aligned, and now they're partnered with WWE. I always say that's the work of God, man. I'm blessed. I've been grinding, and I've been asking myself, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? And the moment that I finally was just like, you know what, I'm gonna trust God. I'm gonna let God do His thing. I kind of just sat back, put my hands up, and I just grinded away. For me to be in this position to be with this company and this company, like I've said, this is where I wanted to call home for a very long time. I've always known I wanted to be here. For me to walk around right now in those brand new blacksmith tracksuits that everybody should go pick up, like to represent TNA everywhere I go. I mean, I'm going to the airport and maybe people might not recognize me right away, but they see that TNA logo and they're like, oh man, you wrestle. Like they know already. Like TNA is so much bigger than what people think it is, and it's only growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I like to say we are number two. I think we're close to number one. We're getting there, man. And for me to be a part of this, it's a blessing, man. I'm ready to be a part of this partnership. I'm ready to do my thing here in TNA. It's going to be a good year for us. It's going to be a great time, and everybody's just got to stay tuned and watch TNA.
So I wanted to end the interview off with a question that I normally ask everybody, but I wanted to get your opinion on it too. What are your future goals, whether it be for you or first class, and what future opponents would you really like to square off with in the ring?
Future opponents in TNA,
Wherever, TNA,
wherever.
whatever's going through your head.
Well, so I'll start with the first class question first. So
Yeah.
first class, I mean, obviously, I would love for us to win the TNA World Tag Team titles. I honestly think it's inevitable. I honestly think it's going to happen in 2025. I can't see it not happening. We're doing our thing. We're very much hated, but you got to hate the people that are good. We're the people you hate to love, but love to hate. That's kind of like the Miami Heat, like my favorite basketball team. It's a team you hate to love, but love to hate. When LeBron was there and Dwayne Wade was there, like that was just the truth, right? Like I feel like that's what me and AJ are. We're Dwayne Wade and LeBron James right now of TNA, right? And I think we're going to win those TNA tag team titles. I personally think that at some point AJ's going to be TNA World Champion. I believe that at some point I'm going to be the X Division champion or even the TNA World Champion. So with that question out of the way, that's what I think is going to happen with us. I think it's just going to be gold and diamonds for everybody. When it comes to who I want to face, though, I feel like in TNA, I have honestly accomplished, besides winning titles, I think I've accomplished like a lot of things. I've main events, impacts. I've been on pay-per-views, wrestled the guys that I really said I was going to wrestle: Joe Hendry, Mike Santana, Nick Nemeth, the Hardys, Eric Young, Steve Mack, like the guys I really, really wanted to work. I kind of did it, kind of got it out of the way. Now we got Elijah. So I would love to work Elijah. Me and Elijah, we go back. So I'd like to work Elijah at some point. Um, but honestly, I get tagged in this a lot. There's one guy in NXT that everybody says they want to see me wrestle. And his name is, what is he? He's Mr. Bouncy Boy. What, Javon Evans. Him. So at some point, I like to meet up with Mr. Bouncy Boy and show him what first class is all about.
Awesome. And that match should be amazing. And as all of your matches are amazing.
I
And
appreciate
TNA is probably on one of the best rides ever, I would say lately. And it's such a fun time to be a TNA fan. And is there a message that you want to leave anyone who might be watching this or reading this about yourself or about TNA or about First Class?
the message I'm going to leave is this. I truly believe that, well, all this happened because TNA got blessed. You're welcome. But I truly believe that, no pun intended, but it is actually absolutely intended. 2025, TNA wrestling is going to make the biggest impact in the professional wrestling business you have ever seen. And you're not going to want to miss an episode because you never know who's going to show up. You never know where we show up. And this is going to be the year of TNA.
100%. And I'm very grateful to be a fan. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Casey, for your time.
Oh,
And,
bro, thank you, man.
and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.